Hey guys, this is Nosrax, and I'll be taking you guys through the top 10 Denton PR. Let's get started. Let's start with our honorable mention, and that goes to the young Phoenix himself, Shabs. He was only around for a small period of time, but his performances were incredibly stellar. After having set wins over Mur, King K, Zay, and great placings in general, he had proven to be an absolute monster in such a short period of time. Had he had more time to be involved in the scene, the panel feels that he would have grown to become a much larger threat than his legacy had already left him. Number 10. The Guru of the Sun, a member of the Frisco Frauds, Balance. We tried to respect his wishes, but he is a top 10 player and we had to put him on this list. He has great wins over Mage of Symphonia, King K, Spark, Mur, and pretty much being the gatekeeper for this entire PR. Despite being a low tier, he's one of the few talents that make their characters look top tier. He's easily one of the best that the Frauds have to offer. Number 9 goes to LMG's own Spark. Now, we're very aware that he's an Arlington player, but his attendance at Denton locals have been too impressive to ignore. His wins across the board are incredibly impressive by taking wins off Grayson, Zay, and even Light himself. He's even managed to become a bracket demon to out-of-city players, and has stopped Yellow Rello not once but twice at 2 regionals. Roy may not be top 20, but Spark has certainly proved that he's worthy to be called a top 10 player in Denton. Number 8 goes to the King of Freaks, Mur. Controversial and hard decision, but this comeback was the stuff of legends. He beat the Seeding Destroyer, Trashman, Ace, and then went on to beat Grayson, and took it over Oryx, who had just taken a Redline, 3-1, twice in his return. He has proven to be a consistent threat by besting C2 and even Light himself. Granted, he doesn't rule over Freaks as often as he once did, but the people of Freaks still know him as the king in their hearts. Number 7 goes to Mr. Vortex, GGEA Zay. He's one of the most impressive players and staple names in Denton. His placings was one of the hardest. He had shown to be the best Fox in DFW with huge wins over Kaze, Light, and Dokpo in a single night. He was on such a streak before leaving and taking a break, and with his return he's come back to dominate the DFW scene, and we have no doubt that next season we will all hate Fox by the end of it. Frisco's Droid, FF King K, stands his ground at number 6. This was a tough one, especially to put over Zay of all people. What it came down to was King K had an incredible run at DBA, beating talents such as Wormy and Little Pack, and had an incredible streak on Lightning Cam as well. His head-to-head wasn't too shabby either, as he held a win over nearly everyone on this list. His rise has come nearly out of nowhere, but in Denton, we welcome our new robot overlord. Number 5 is held by Frisco Fraud's own Grayson. His first tournament this season had him defeating one of Texas' strongest players, Deluxe Menu, and the wins just didn't stop there. He has proven to be a thorn in other outsiders' side, such as Candy, one of the most formidable players and impressive track records in general. Seen as one of the Fraud's best players and without a doubt one of the best players in the Denton area, you'll be questioning tears if you face this man. Number 4. The Dragon, aka Mcbenedict. He's one of the faces of the Denton community and one of our strongest players we have to offer. He has strong wins over Light, Mage, and has been known to cause quite the terror to those out of city and out of state. His placement on this list is due not only to his great wins, but also to the fact that he has no losses to anyone beneath him in this list, with the exception to King K. That's quite the feat, considering the strong roster we have. Number 3 goes to the Crown of Thorns, Oryx. Not one man can claim to be this many people's bracket demon as Oryx can. Steady, ever learning, and ever growing, he seems to jump a tier every season. His wars with Light, his exchanges with the Rosas, and his dominance over others put him in such a high area as far as any PR is concerned. Regardless of how you feel about Peach, everyone from Dakpo, Austin, Light, C2, Zay, and Mcbenedict all agree that Oryx is a problem. Number 2. The Galactic Juggernaut known as C2 holds the line. He came in a little late this season, but he's proven to be a threat that no one in the DFW scene was ready for. He has positive records over many talents here. His arrival has proven to be so overwhelming that he's even taken the big 3 tournaments here in DFW. Despite coming late in the season, he's a very strong number 2. The panel here fears what he'll become next season. Number 1. The Star. Source's own Light the Lantern. The most dangerous gun, the highlight reel, whatever you want to call him, he's the undisputed number 1. He has a positive record on everyone in this list, great results at regionals and majors, and has big wins over top 50 players such as Tyroy and Dyer. There's no question of how strong this man is. If there was a number 0, he'd be right there. But right now, we'll just have to settle with Light being number 1. There you have it, the Denton PR. This list took a long time to make, considering how many strong competitors we have in our community. Maybe next season we'll see some different faces up here. Credit to Mcbenedict for the script. Thanks for watching.